back out fishing, this time trying somewhere I've never ever been before. Baden on the Quarry Lake in Shropshire. I'm on peg 10. It looks absolutely awesome. Got here about 9 o'clock, went into the cafe, had a full English breakfast and a cup of tea. That was £10. I'll post a picture of that because honestly that was up there with the best all day breakfast I've ever had. It was awesome. But yeah, come out in the draw last, got peg 10, and it is very, very weedy out there. It's took me 15 goes with a feeling lad, and I found 2 spots at 9 wraps, just over 9.5 wraps. So yeah, I'll show you them spots now, and I'll show you around the swim. The right arm rod is fished at 9.5 wraps to, I can't make it out, but it's just that little cutout, that little V there in them trees, and that is at 9.6, and I pulled the lead back and I can feel a bit of gravel. Now there's not much, it feels like probably a couple of foot's worth, that's all. A little bit of gravel. I'm fishing, I'm on that, and it is relatively clean there. So I am fishing a chod rig on that one with a little pop up, and I put 20 baits around it. That's all I've got, not gone mad, just 20 boilies around it. The left hand rod is at 9.5 wraps, so that's nice and easy to remember. And stood from the right hand corner of this swim, I'm casting to the back of his shed there, and at 9.5 wraps, that's quite clean there. So I'm starting off with it's about 7 foot deep. I'm starting off with a 5 foot zig and a little tiny bit of yellow foam on a small size 8 crank hook, and just real small, and so that's all. I haven't put any bait around it or anything. But yeah, I'll start lightly. I am with another couple of lads, a couple of pals, but we couldn't get together, and they've gone to pegs 15, 16 over there. So depending on what happens, because I am here for 72 hours, you know, if fish starts showing over there and one of the swims become available near them, you can move between the hours of 8 a.m. and 10 p.m, 8 a.m, 10 a.m. There's a 2-hour window there where you can ring the office and swap pegs and move pegs. So it is an option, but to be honest, I'm liking the look of where I am here. The wind's due to push into this corner, left hand side, so to be honest, it looks good. And if I see a few fish or I get a take, I might stay put, you never know. But so far, I am quite impressed. I do like the look of the fishery. I'll show you around. It is still carnage a little bit because I'm not sorted out, and you are in a shed. Check that out. That is luxury. But yeah, probably not for everybody. Yeah, some people probably love being in the bivvy, but for a change, I think this is something different. There's some big fish in here as well. But yeah, it looks alright, this shed. They supply the mat as well, the landing net and the sling, so you don't have to bring your bivvy or anything. I have brought mine. It's stashed in the van only because the fish spawned a couple of weeks ago, and I thought I'll bring it just in case they start spawning again. I bought my mat, my weigh sling and landing nets as well, but they are all going to stay in the van, not going to come out. But I thought if the fish start spawning and they end up shutting the place, because I'm sort of 2.5 hours away from home, I can just find somewhere online, local, and drive straight there and start fishing there. But yeah, that's the home for 72 hours. Nice little track round as well. And there's plenty of portaloos on site. There's about 4 or 5, I think. That's there, so I'm nice and close to the loo if I need to go as well. And the only shame is that I'm not near my pals, but it is what it is. And I'm quite happy to fish alone. I do a lot of fishing on my own, to be honest, and I think sometimes fishing on your own, it can work out better because you're more likely to move and pick different spots, whereas if you're fishing with somebody, you tend to pick swims where you can have a good social and a chat. But I've come a long way and I really want to catch a carp. But yeah, looks absolutely lovely out there. So get the bed set up, get everything ready, get everything organised and stick the kettle on. I'm proper excited now. There's a weed bed where you can just make out that slack water there, and I've seen like 3-4 shows now, and when I say shows, they've lumped out, they really have come out high. I'm pretty sure they're on a fly hatch or something. I mean, these swallows are taking something off the top as well. So I've just swapped my left hand rod, which is to the back of that shed there, at 9.5, to a little bit of black foam, just to sort of try and imitate whatever these swallows are taking off the top, and the carp are taking it as well. So it's looking really good. So that you can see the swallows diving there, the wind's pushing into this corner, and the fish are here. So that's it now. Not going to do anything else. I'm happy with a bit of black foam. It's presented right. And I actually brought in, there was a bit of weed around my lead, and in that weed there was some bloodworm as well. So really optimistic, and I've just put it out there and it's gone down with a thud. So it can't be any more sweet, that one. But yeah, it's looking really promising for a take. Hopefully can sneak one out on the first day, which will be nice. So it looks absolutely lovely. Just talking to the guy, I'm in peg 10, guy in that shed there, he's in peg 11. He's just walked round to get some water and had a quick chat with him. He's fished here 9 times, long sessions, and he's never caught, but he lost once. Oh, I've just had a bleep. That was on the zig rod. Come on, you cheeky bugger. Got to check that out, because as you know, zigs, one bleep can be a take, can't it? So come on. Right, gonna sit kettle on, keep watching that water, and hopefully I can report back soon with a fish. Here's the menu from the cafe. The food was really nice. I am in 2 minds whether to order tea tonight, but I'm just being greedy really. I have got food with me. But yeah, prices ain't bad. Look at that. 12-inch pizza, £8. Luxury half a pounder beef burger, £9. Cajun chicken burger. It all sounds absolutely delicious. And you can get this delivered to your swim for an extra £2 as well. So for £11, you're getting burger and chips, or half a roast chicken and chips, and you know, I don't think that's too bad, and the food is really good. So yeah, spot on. But it's not open, I believe, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but it is the rest of the week, and you've got to get your order in before 5 o'clock, and I think they deliver up to about 8:30 at night. So yes, I've got a couple of hours yet to make my decision whether I'm going to have something off here. But yeah, I'm not sure yet. Hopefully I'll be too busy catching carp. Which will It's looking lovely out there. Low pressure. Fish are about in the weed. Not a million miles away from my spot. So it is looking mega promising. It's 8 o'clock at night. The fish are still showing in that weed bed you can just make out there. That's not my water, that's the water for peg 11. But I'm hoping through the night they come out that weed and start feeding on my spots. I have had a liner in the last sort of half an hour on that right rod, just over there to that corner there at 9.6, so that's promising. So maybe they have started coming out already. Oh yeah, it's looking good for the night. The breeze is pushing into this corner. I've got 2 good spots, and hopefully through the night something happens, but I'm not going to do any more filming unless one of them rods does go ripping off. Failing that, guys, I'll catch up with you in the morning. Right guys, it's morning and I had no action, not even a bleep all night. I am amazed. There was fish in that weed right close and it's just not happened. So I'm going to come up with a plan of action for today. Sort of thinking possibly bring the Zig rod in and get the other rod out and put a solid bag out. You are only allowed to fish 2 rods here, as you can see, so I can use my 3rd rod. I can set that up, put the solid bag on it, reel the Zig in, and then just put that straight out. So yeah, but I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep the naked chod system out and fish a solid bag and try and get as close to that weed as I can without encroaching on swim 11's water. So I've got to be real careful. So, you know, I don't want to cast over anyone's lines, that's for sure. So it's a lovely morning now. It's been really misty this morning. It has been a bit cold, but that sun's just broke through and it looks absolutely epic. So yeah, hopefully I can change things around today and make something happen. So let's see how we get on. One tip I will give you for fishing the quarry is definitely try and bury them rod tips, as the birds can be a bit of a pain at times. And bang into your line. So yeah, get them tips buried, guys, and save the aggro of being woke up at 3 in the morning by birds just banging into your line. Right, I've redone my rods. Left hand rod, standing at the edge of this beam here and casting to, there's a cutout in them trees straight in front there, just there, which drops you about 3 rod lengths off the weed bed that's just out in front there. But there's a bigger, clearer spot than I'd found yesterday, to be honest. I see some birds diving this morning, constantly diving on that spot, and I thought I'd just gonna have a little investigate with the lead, and it's clear. So clearly there's bait there. It's probably a known spot, and yeah, I've not found it. The birds have sort of shown me where it is. So that's 13.3, and the right hand rod stood right at the front of the swim, and that's 11.3, cast straight out to the right hand side of that tree there, and that again is another bigger clear spot. So So saw coots diving on that as well. So yeah, I don't know, it's not good angling that's found the spot. I've just sat, observed the water, and the coots, the tufties, they've shown me where these spots are this morning. So I thought, I've done 24 hours, not caught anything, and now I'm on 2 new spots. And to be honest, I think they're both probably better and bigger, clearer spots. Don't get me wrong, that spot back of the shed there at 9.6, that's clean as well, but I just sort of fancy being a little bit further out, and you're a bit closer at 13 wraps to that weed bed. I think you're right on the boundary of this swim as well. I don't go any further because I will be in shed 11's water, so that's my limit. That's as far as I can go. But yes, I'm very optimistic now for the day, so we'll see what happens. The water clarity in this lake is really, really good. I mean, look at that for visibility. A lot of low-lying weed though, but that's what you get in lakes that are pretty clear. So just redone both rods. The left rod, that cut out at 13.3, and the right rod to the wonky tree over there at 11.3. And it's the first time this whole trip that when I've brought the rigs in, they've been clear of weed, and both of them were completely clear. So I've got them both back on the spot, on sweet spots, and it's, yeah, I am confident. Now I'm on clear spots. I know I'm presented right. The left rod's on a solid bag, a little 12mm pop up on it, a little load of pellet, a bit of crumb. And the right rod, I'm sticking on that one on the chod rig. So yeah, I am optimistic. Now I'm on clear spots, the baiting application's right, the casting's right, the rigs are right, everything's right. I just need these fish to play ball now. I've not seen as much activity today as I did yesterday, but the wind's picking up and it's pushing more into this corner. So yeah, I am optimistic. So hopefully something happens. So right, I'm off down to see the lads. Next swim, have a barbecue with them. I'm not far away. Take my receiver, I'm only sort of just there, and hopefully get a load of food down me, and then straight after that, one of them rods ripping off. We can have a big fat carp on the bank. Happy days. It's 10 to 9 at night. There are still fish showing. The odd one in that weed bed where them 2 tufties are. So it's looking promising. It's starting to pee it down as well now. I'm tucked up in the shed. I'm going to get laid down on my bed, watch a bit of TV, a bit of YouTube, and probably fall asleep. And hopefully get disturbed from my sleep with a screaming take and a big fat carp. But failing that, guys, I'll catch back up with you in the morning. Well, we're down to the last 24 hours now, so I'm going to ring some changes again today and see if we can make it happen. It's frustrating because there has been fish out there. I've seen a fish in this corner as well, so they've been in front of me. I've just not been able to tempt one and sneak one out. But yeah, it's been a poor night's sleep as well, because my spot where I baited up just off the side of that little bit of weed at the 11.3 wraps, every couple of hours I've been getting bleeps on that, and I've been battered by the coots all night non-stop. So yeah, I'm pretty tired, but hey ho, it is what it is. So I'm gonna have a brew this morning, have some breakfast, and then sort of leave it till about 10-11 o'clock, switch things round. Not too sure exactly what I'm gonna do yet as of yet. Might go put Wad on a Ronnie, might try one of the Nash zig bugs that I've had for years. One of them, I might try one of them on a zig. That might be worth a punt. You never know. But yeah, I'm going to change things around, chop and change, and see if we can tempt one of these cracking carp. That's breakfast this morning. Toffee nut latte, 2 bacon buns, and hopefully wash it down with a big fat carp. Ring them changes soon after this breakfast and see if we can make something happen today. But yeah, it's looking, I'm up against it. Nothing has been out in the last 48 hours since we've been here, so yeah, we really are up against it. But the fish have been showing, we've been in the weed, and there must be on the naturals. You bring the weed in here, and it's inside it. It's full of life. It's full of naturals. The snails in there are the biggest snails I've ever seen. They are huge. So yeah, why would they want to eat a piece of plastic foam or a little round ball sat on the deck when they can safely eat all that in the weed? So, but we'll keep at it and see if we can make something happen. Right, I've switched the rig. That zig rig has gone now, and I'm going for the good old Ronnie rig. Nothing fancy, little size 6 wide gate barbless hook, 15mm pop up. Let's give that a whirl. Not tried a Ronnie this trip, and let's see what happens with that. Hopefully that's the rig that slips one of these tricky carp up. Nice bit of rig tube as well. Let's pin everything down with a bit of putty at the end. I like to do that just to weight the tail end up and just ensure that when you're putting your bobbin on, it's not tensioning the line up and lifting any of that rig tubing off the bottom. Well, that's the rig that's going out next. Just tied a cheeky little solid bag to throw down this bay here, because I've actually seen 2 fish in the bay, and that's the first fish I've seen right tight in this bay, and it started drizzling like mad. So I'm sat here at the moment fishing just 1 rod. See, if I'd have done the solid bag first, I wouldn't have mad about that rod that's out there, because that's the Ronnie rig and you can obviously cast that in the rain. But this one, I don't risk running out with it, because you know what it's like, the tiniest speck of water and your bag's destroyed. But yeah, typical. Hopefully this is not in for very long. It soon blows over and I can get this bag out to where the fish are. Right, I would definitely come back to this place again, probably in sort of August though, to be honest, when some of the weeds died back. That's peg 11 there, which has you can see the flat spot in front of it. That has a big weed bed in front of it. Well, I'd probably next time try and come back and fish peg 12, so I can fish the far side of that weed from here, which I think will be a good spot. This peg might also be a good option, sort of August time as well. It's you know, there's plenty of weed in this corner, and if nobody's in peg 11, you can fish up to that weed bed as well. Also, I'd probably fancy peg 6, which that's directly across there, and there's a good weed bed there, so you could fish alongside that, and sort of you've got a good bit of water, and there is some clear spots quite far out. I'd also like to try the bowl, the basin over there, because that's really deep in there. I believe it's like 12 foot in the margin, so that'd be an option. I wouldn't fancy pegs 15, 16 in the far corner, because My two mates were in there and they really struggled to find spots in there, and they've ended up coming and fishing down here in pegs 9 and 8. No, sorry, 9 and 7. So yeah, peg 6, peg 12, peg 17, 18, peg 5, maybe peg 13. They're the ones I'd like to try next time if I'm going to come back, which I think I will. It is a nice place. I do like this this setup of these sheds as well. I mean, that is something different, and it's nice, easy fishing. It really is, and you know, you've got your van right there, right next to you. It is easy and it is nice, and you don't have to mess about with your bivvy. So yeah, that's what I think to the place. But yeah, it is a nice place. There's some nice fish in here. They're just playing really hard to get, but while them rods are out there, there's every chance, and at any point them fish could just switch on, click, and you could end up getting 2 or 3, who knows. So yeah, that's what it's all about. So yeah, I've learned quite a bit, which will put me in good stead if I ever do come back. But yeah, looks nice today. Just hope we can sneak one out before home time tomorrow. And the other bonus about the place is I've got a 2.5 hour journey home tomorrow, but I'm going to stop and have a full English breakfast before I go there to the cafe about 9 o'clock, get that, and that'll set me up nicely for the journey home. Well, it's 9 o'clock at night. The fish are still showing in that weed bed there. It's just far too thick to present a bait in it, but I'm as close as I can get to it. Oh, see that? Right on the edge. And I'm about, 3 wraps this way with that solid bag, so I can't get much closer. Oh, you catch that as well. They just don't want to come out and play ball. Let me bring that back out. But it looks absolutely lovely out there. Look at that. Really does look nice. And this is day 3 now, and nothing's been out for the 3 days. Surely them fish have got to get their heads down at some point. Have a big feed up. And hopefully it's tonight, or first thing in the morning, before I disappear at 9 tomorrow. But right, if I don't get any action, guys, I'll catch back up with you in the morning. And hopefully it's through the night with a big Baden or whacker. 6 o'clock in the morning, just having my first brew of the day. And them rods sat there have been motionless. Absolutely nothing. I can't really have done any more. I don't think I've fished particularly bad or anything. I found some lovely clean spots, which ain't particularly easy in here. And they're proper clean spots as well. No weed at all, because there is a lot of surface weed in here. And the fish have been there. That big flat spot out there. That's a massive weed bed. And they've been in there a lot, and I've tried everything, and so are the lads I'm with, and as far as I'm aware, nothing's been out for the 70 hours we've been here, so it's certainly a tough old cookie, this lake, but the rewards are there. There is some nice fish in here, but so I can gather by talking to some of the members, one lad's told me he's been here for 9 sessions for 3 to 4 days and had one run and lost it. So yeah, it's certainly not an easy water, but you've got to be in it to win it. And I've got a couple of hours left. Going to be off at 9. Going to get a full English breakfast before we head off home. So yeah, that's the plan. You have got to be back at the shop by 11 a.m. But we've got a long journey ahead of us, and we're sneaking off a bit early today. And unless they start showing again right off of my spot or something, but it's not looking likely. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're probably on naturals or something, because this weed is full of life, and you know, I'm not just making the excuses, even though it sounds like it. But yeah, they're just not on angler's bait, because like I say, not one person's caught, and there's been at least 12 people on every day since we've been here. So yeah, it's we're not all doing something wrong. I just don't think they're interested in our bait. They're preoccupied on something else. But it is what it is. So right, we'll stop waffling, get another brew, and do the pack up ready for home. I have never seen so many fry in my life. This shoal swimming past, and just make them out there. Goes on for ages. It's just stream after stream. Don't know what fish they are, but there's loads of them. Thousands and thousands. It just goes on all day. And they seem to disappear and then swim back the other way. It's like they're just swimming up and down this margin, constant. Look at that. Crazy. The birds are an absolute pain on here. Let me zoom in on that. I mean, that's one of the baits I brought in after getting constant beeps on it, and yeah, you can just see they've absolutely mullered that. Beep beep beep. But yeah, I know you can expect it this time of year, but with it being so shallow, and there is quite a few birds on here, once they find your baited area and hook bait, they absolutely batter it. Well, maybe one of them tufty torches would be a good idea if you've got one. I haven't got one, and if I'm coming back, ever come back again, I definitely need to get myself one, because they are a right pain. But alright, gonna start getting stuff cleared up in the van. Not got long left now, about an hour, and go get that full English breakfast. All that's left to clear up, to pack away, the 2 rods there, that's it. About 15 minutes left, that's all. Overall, it has been a good trip. It is a lovely venue. Sheds are something a bit quirky, a bit different. It's a nice novelty, I think. There's some of the fish that I've seen bosh out, black as your heart, look absolutely mega. So I'd love to have caught one of them and had one of them in my photo album, but hey ho, it is what it is. I would come back again, to be honest. Maybe not in June though. Maybe look a bit earlier, or maybe August, something like that, when the weeds die back a little bit, and then I think the fish might not be as on the naturals as much, and they might be up for a bit of angler's food, bit of boilie and bit of pellet and a bit of angler's bait. So yeah, that's my thought. But yeah, I'll probably come back maybe next year or something, but we'll see. But it has been a good trip. The place is lovely, that's for sure. The food's really good as well. So yeah, it's been good. I'm going to call it a day now, unless in the last 10-15 minutes one of them rods does go ripping off, but I just think it's going to be a camping session, not a carping session. I'll drop a subscribe button there. Please subscribe to the channel, guys. It is greatly appreciated. Drop some likes, hit some comments, drop some comments, and take care, everybody. Tight lines. See you on the next one.